Joyce, you have led your team in many local and international projects, and most of them have been prefab recently. Tell me, do you think the industry is equipped with professionals who can deliver prefab projects?
I've led a lot of projects, prefabrication projects, locally as well as internationally. And in my professional opinion, we don't have enough skills people in the prefab space.
How do you think professionals would benefit from what we are teaching in this course?
I think professionals will be able to rethink design, the way they do things, the way they design traditionally, because prefabrication, we need to think of it from a different perspective. We need to think from how it's being built before we actually put pen to paper. A traditional designer would normally just design a beam, a slab, and a column, whereas a prefabricated designer would be able to see a building as a whole and carve it up to create elements that is repeatable and standardized, where you can actually manufacture.
Yeah, I agree, Joyce. From the perspective of a structural engineer, you do need that systematic approach to have an overall idea, especially in a prefab projects where things are moving really fast. You need to deliver really quickly. Engineers really need to know things in addition to just the structural design in terms of transportation, logistics, procurement. So I agree with you. Yes, the engineers now need to rethink and have an overall approach to design. So in that regard, during this course, we will actually be teaching structural design in a DFMA approach, design for manufacturing and assembly, including concepts of transportation, lifting and handling. We even have a little segment on prefab facades so that engineers get an overall idea of how to approach a prefab design. So can you tell me a bit about what the students will be learning from your components in the course?
I think for this course, I'm going to bring through the projects, AECOM's projects, local and globally as well, and share it with the students on how we have done things well and also some of the areas where we can actually improve on.
From AECOM's recent prefab projects, what are we sharing with our learners so that they can get more insight into real-world projects?
Basically, we will be looking at how we can, for a specific development, for example, how we look at different typologies and how we can identify standardization, repeatedness, and how we can actually design those elements and create an entire workflow for the project in DFMA.
Joyce, as you know, as of last 2 years, Australia now has to start dealing with our own waste due to regulations arising from the Paris Agreement. Where do you see prefab coming in to contribute to dealing with this waste problem and to add to sustainability in general?
Yeah, I think that our construction industry is well known for being creating a lot of industry waste. And that is seriously something we need to look into. And as engineers, it is our responsibility to make a difference. So prefabrication actually allows minimizing waste by doing things in the factory with precision and with very, very tight tolerance, so which actually minimizes waste during construction phase. And also, prefabrication has the opportunity to actually be designed for disassembly. So once the asset life cycle is completed, when the asset is no longer in use, we can actually dismantle and recycle the material again. So it doesn't go into the landfill that we need to deal with.
Thank you, Joyce, for giving us your time. I am very confident that what the learners gain from this prefab design course will help to bridge that gap and help them to be well equipped and employable by leaders like you in the industry.
Thank you, Tharaka, and I look forward to working with you on this prefab course.